Day, or we also know as Natam Gishagat, the next day, the day after Anime Gishagat, our prayer day. I'm going to go into share screen real quick. All right. So it is, what are we on? We're on Monday 11th. I know that it's January 11th and some big things are happening around the state of Michigan. Some of us are starting to come back to school, and some of us will be prepping, hopefully prepping within a week. So, getting into it, it's Manadu Jesus. We're in that spirit moon. Manadu Jesus. Remember that it's reference to it is January. It's our spirit moon. The next slide is going to be, it is our new year. It's midwinter still. Beta baboon. So we'll break baboon down. Baboon is talking about wintertime. It's just talking about that season of what everything that it brings, and it's talking, referencing to the snow, the cold, the chill, everything like that, and all that season. It's our season for rest. And that apata is just talking about like it's that mid part for us. We would have going with American calendar, Abapata, the Boon. It is a new year. We know that also we have our new year coming in when we hear our first thunders in the spring. All right, getting into Gijagadon. Gijagadon, we have days of the week. So whenever we talk about Gijagadon, days of the week, today we'll reference on our 3 days. And remember, we're going to start focusing more on past, present, and future. Past, present, and future, and that's Jinago, Nongon, and Wabong. Jinago, Nongon, and Wabong. When we talk about Wabong, that's referring to tomorrow. That's something that hasn't happened yet. Nongon, talking about today, that's something that's currently happening right now, or that's in the present. Jinago, that's happening yesterday. It happened yesterday. Even looking that within a debugging at a time, like if we had an hour, just we could say ago, I guess we would say a little bit ago. But getting into Jinago yesterday, Jinago, Aname Gijigat. Anime Gishigat, and that's referencing to the day of prayer, which is Sunday. Anime Gishigat. And then getting into for today, it is our Monday, Natam Gishigat, Natam Gishigat. And then getting into tomorrow will be Nish Gishigat, Nish Gishigat, Wabang for tomorrow. Okay, and then I always have to move my icons around of you guys. But getting into our calendar year of 2021, we have Nijiko Sagons Sha Nishtanasha Bajik. Nijiko Sagons Sha Nishtanasha Bajik. And again, that's Nijiko Sagons Sha Nishtanasha Bajik. So if you really wanted to talk about it, we could say Nintangishika, and we could say Manadogi Zuns Madaswe Shanish, then Nish Nijo Shagon Sha Nishna Shabajik. We're talking about it's Monday, January 11th. 2021. We could really just emphasize it on that, or we could even just say Nishna Shagon Sha Nishna Shabajik. It's 2021. I think that's pretty huge. I can I'll share a little the Bajamo, a story about the date, the year 2021. It was in who can tell me when I talk about the word monokame, what monokame means? So this is the time of year that we go through. We have baboon, we also have duage, we have Niben and monokame. So it's a season that we have.
It's spring.
It is. Monokame means springtime. So this was in the afternoon in springtime. It was actually at a track and field event when my oldest son was in 6th grade at the time. He's a senior this year, so that was a little over 6.5 years ago. But he was at his track and field day in Monokame, and oh my gosh, he was a rock star that day. He just had this fire underneath him and this talent that he let shine through, and it was just all about running. It was really great. And so they were all the 6th graders that day were meeting up with other 6th graders throughout Mount Pleasant at the middle school, which is now known as Mount Pleasant Middle School, who used to be known as Western Immediate. And they had their blue Fancher shirts on because he went to Fancher. And on the back of it, it had the year graduating class of 2021. And I was just like, wow, I couldn't imagine that because at the time it was only 2015. And I'm just like, oh, that seems so long ago. But here we are in up to Boon in midwinter, and it is Shani Sinasha Bajik. It's 2021. It's 6 years later, and by the beginning of Minokame, by the beginning of spring, my little guy, who's a senior, is going to be graduating. So whenever I see just the date of the year 2021, I think of that blue t-shirt my son was wearing that represented his graduating class's school year, and I just was like, that's so far away, and it truly wasn't. And now it's here 6 years later, and I am even less than a month, less than one Jesus, less than one full moon, I am going to have an 18-year-old. It's going to be different. But that is my little Bajamolian, my little story about when I think of the year 2021. That's what it really takes me back to, is 2015. I wanted to say 2015. I could say Nijo Shagun Shah Madaswe Shananan 2015. But we are in the year of Nijo Shagun Shah Nishna Shabejik. I hope you guys enjoyed that little story. All right. Getting into our SCA morning song. Now, again, if you are at home and you want to sing this, you may do so. Now, we sing this every Monday morning. We usually sing it in our lodge, or sometimes we'll, I don't know if we really, when we do same ceremony at school, I think we really just smudge you guys and have you guys collect. We don't really sing. We haven't really sung before we left for online learning. So I'm really thankful that we get to sing weekly now. And we'll start off with that. I put some Asema in my left hand because we are, along with that song, we're giving thanks for it being a new day. We're giving thanks for that light coming up. Even if it's cloudy out, we still have light for the day. So on the count of, let's go with Madaswe. It's been a while since we counted, really. So let's go all the way up to Madaswe. Bejik, Nij, Niswe, Niwen, Nanan, Ningudwaswe, Nijwaswe, Nishwashwe. And then we have a Jonkswe and Madaswe. Left me hanging on number 9 for a moment. Getting into that though. Chimi Wach Bedaban Minape Jenikandaman Way oh hey, way oh hey. Chimi Wach Bedaban Minape Jenikandaman way oh hey, way oh hey oh. Chimi Wach Bedaban Minape Jenikandaman way oh hey, way oh hey oh. Chimi Wach Bedaban Minape Jenikandaman way oh hey, way oh hey oh. Well, if you were at home and you did practice that song, miigwech, thank you for singing for the start of your day. And if you're still not comfortable, I hope by the end of the year we can become comfortable singing with that song. And again, you're just saying you're thankful for that first dawn of light and that you're ready to receive all the knowledge you'll be meant to receive that day. All right, getting into our SCA water song. Now remember, if you're at home, you can have water near you. It doesn't have to be a copper cup and stuff. And we always put that close to our heart, even for when we're at ceremonies and stuff, and we hand out the cups to everyone to partake. It's always that woman's role to hold that water and to pray for it. But with you being at home, even if you're young on Saturday, you can still hold your water and think about those prayers that you put into your water as well. All right, and this one's 4 times through as well. Gizagamenibi Nimashkawisime Gijawisivengagige Miigweshilendajawenim Gizagamenibi Nimashkawisime Gijawi silinga gige Miigwechi endan jawe mim Gizaga minni bi Nimashkawi zine Gijawi silinga gige Miigwechi endam jawenim Gizagameni bi Nimashkawi zimin Gijawi silinga gige Miigwechi endam jawenim Medewabu, medewabu, medewabu. All right, I'll come enjoy that a little later. So with that though, with having our Monday lodge gatherings and stuff and singing and our SCA water song and morning song started off our week, even though it's virtually and it's online and it's a really small practice, it's still something that's worth doing. And hopefully next week we'll be all coming back together with Mount Pleasant coming back together today. It was different reading those emails of um, knowing some of our kids will be going back. All right, let's see what our next slide is going to be. So this week we're still talking about Diwajimoyan. We're going to be talking about our stories, Dazokkan, our legends, and also Diwajimo, just telling stories. And then I'm going to stop right there, come back to the main screen. All right, now if I could have you guys turn on your cameras. So for Kelvin, JC, Cherry Blossom, Anthony, Levi, Bryson, Zaya, Sadie, a person, UW. Okay, it's time to turn on our cameras. We have about 5 minutes that we'll have them on. All right. And if we're in a car, that's okay. Whatever you're doing and all of that, that's perfectly fine. This is just our 5-minute wrap up. So just kind of checking in to make sure you guys are all still there. Nobody's sleeping or anything. And before we go, does anyone have anything they would like to share about their weekend? About potentially our last week on virtual learning?
No.
Miigwech, Sadie. Miigwech, JC. My apologies, Sadie. Does anyone else have anything else they would like to share? It doesn't really necessarily have to be about your thoughts on that. It could be about your weekend or it being, our second week into our school year, whatever you want it to be. I just thought I'd give you guys that option. All right, because we are within the second week. So this week will be about storytelling. I'll have more stories to tell you. Oh, so far, Levi, I have not come across a word for universe. I've came across Star World and things like that, but as an Anishinaabe, I was kind of told we were not astrologers, so we did not seek out the stars as other indigenous tribes or other people did. However, we would still use the word Ishpeming as something above us and stuff. So I'm still searching for that word. Hopefully, I'm going to have it for you for tomorrow. With that, before I go, does anyone have any other word you'd like me to look up? Because that one I was surprised that I was stumped by. I was like, the universe. It's awesome that we have the word for university, though. So our language is always evolving. So maybe it's something that we as a class can think of a way to describe the universe and put that in the Anishinaabe one. That's always a thought too. But with that, it is 9:03. I don't want to take up too much of your guys' math time, so I'm going to send it back over to Mr. Ireland. Still on mute, Mr. Ireland.
I see that. Miigwech. For those students in our class, we are now going to engage in our 5-minute break. I'm hitting the timer now. We'll start no later than 9:10, although it might be 9:09 in some odd seconds. When we come back for that break, we will be doing the check my progress quiz. So what you'll need is paper and a pencil or dry erase board and dry erase markers. There is no homework today, although we will use the extra time to work on any missing assignments. So the quiz will be our first thing up. It is a graded quiz. So make sure you go to the bathroom, get a drink, whatever you need to do. I've got the timer running. I'm going to leave the screen how it is right now. So if you want to talk to each other, you may.
And I'll be on if you have any questions.
Did you know that there's pink dolphins?
Yeah, I've heard that actually.
I heard that. I've never seen one before, but I heard that.
I'm gonna get a new pet.
What kind of pet are you getting?
Pink dolphin.
A pink dolphin.
Oh, that's exciting.
No, I'm joking. I'm gonna beg for it though.
Mr. I.
Yeah.
When. What are we doing at this minute?
At 9:10-ish, we're going to do our math quiz.
So we got break.
It'll be in the Google Classroom.
So we got break.
Yeah, for another 3.5 minutes.